Good morning. Globally, the big picture is a mix of escalating geopolitical risk, fresh trade uncertainty, and accelerating technological disruption. On global conflict, tensions remain high in the Middle East. The BBC reports Donald Trump has accused Iran of breaching a ceasefire after an attack in the Strait of Hormuz, where a Singapore-flagged ship was struck, disrupting movement through a critical energy and trade choke point. Al Jazeera reports the U.S. has announced a framework agreement between Israel and Lebanon, while also reporting Israeli prosecutors have charged 6 settlers after a West Bank mosque attack, underscoring continuing volatility on the ground. Separately, the BBC reports the Democratic Republic of Congo has taken Rwanda to an international court over decades of conflict, signaling a new legal front in a long-running regional dispute. On the global economy, the Financial Times reports Trump has warned of a 100% tariff on countries implementing digital services taxes, a move that would raise the stakes for tech regulation and could trigger retaliation. Also from the FT, Volkswagen is planning sweeping cost cuts with up to 100,000 jobs potentially on the line, highlighting the pressure on legacy manufacturers as the technological revolution reshapes the auto sector. The FT also flags growing global exposure to a potential U.S. equity downturn after years of outsized American market gains. In disaster news, Venezuela is facing a major humanitarian emergency. ABC and SBS report on the back-to-back earthquakes, and the SMH says the death toll is nearing 1,000 with thousands missing as rescue efforts continue. The BBC carries accounts of families caught in the devastation, including a mother who died saving her daughter. Turning to Australia, politics and policy are in focus. The Sydney Morning Herald reports the government's major tax changes have now been made law, with the next test being whether the reforms deliver as intended, including impacts on the property market and voter sentiment. The Conversation reports Teal Independent's new party, Community Strong, could be an opportunity but also a risk, with success hinging on maintaining local connections and internal stability. In the Australian public service adjacent space, ABC reports changes are coming to the Defence Home Loan Subsidy after criticism that some defence members and veterans were left worse off due to uncompetitive rates. On the Australian economy and household pressures, SBS reports Australia's housing market is shifting, creating openings for some buyers, while adding uncertainty for others. Separately, The Conversation says the poultry industry is on high alert for a possible bird flu outbreak, with preparedness plans being put in place. On artificial intelligence and the broader technological revolution, The Guardian features author Anna Funder discussing offers versus AI, reflecting a wider debate about how generative tools are changing creative work and professional life. In health and consumer safety, ABC reports testing of an unapproved weight loss peptide found it contained double the strength stated on the label, with doctors warning of an enormous overdose risk. Finally, in local and lighter news, SBS and The Conversation report the Socceroos have progressed to the World Cup round of 32 after a tense result against Paraguay, sparking packed watch parties and even a Melbourne beach temporarily renamed in tribute to goalkeeper Patrick Beach. Also in media, SBS reports Karl Stefanovic has exited Nine Network effective immediately following a controversial podcast interview. That's the latest material developments to start your day.